Have LA homebuyers reached their limit when it comes to pricing? The numbers suggest they have, and that's good news. Or bad news, depending on how you look at it. Allow me to explain. I'm Jon Schwartz, a house hacker and realtor in Los Angeles, California, and you're watching House Hack Los Angeles, a channel about winning in the Los Angeles real estate market. This is my bi-weekly market update for June 8th, 2021. Each Sunday, I review the week's MLS activity for Los Angeles County to bring you the latest in what's happening in our market. These numbers come straight from the MLS, and you won't find these graphs anywhere else because I make them. If this is your first time watching the weekly update, here's a quick explainer. Each graph covers the previous 12 weeks. The bars represent actual weekly numbers, and the line represents the 4-week trailing average. This smooths out the noise and helps us identify trends. Now, let's get into this week's data. In single-family listing activity, this week saw a modest uptick in new listings, pulling the trailing average of net new listings up a hair to 733. This is, in a word, disappointing. Look, in 2019, 2018, and 2017, the biggest month of the year for new listings was May. And between those 3 years, the May average was 1,562 new listings per week. May 2021 saw about 1,237 new listings per week. So we're off our recent average by about 26% while in the midst of an historic undersupply of inventory. Conclusion? This wild market for single-family homes looks like it'll continue through the summer. In single-family sales indicators, days on market is lower than ever, but pricing is actually improving. Average price per square foot has declined from $752 to $740 over the last 3 months. Median days on market has fallen to a crazy low of 10.5. And sell price to list price ratio has also declined from just over 103% to just under 101%. What this means is, LA homebuyers can't pay any more money for the housing they're buying. Pricing appears to have reached a threshold, even with mortgage rates as low as they are, and even with all this stimulus creating asset inflation in the stock and crypto markets, homebuyers have reached their limit. A pricing slowdown obviously is good news for homebuyers. The bad news is that this makes the single-family market all the more competitive in every other aspect. If you're going after a cookie-cutter single-family home, be prepared to write that offer yesterday, to pay all cash, and to remove all contingencies. For the rest of us, it's time to do some house hacking. In condo listing activity, we see a nice jump in new listings this week, pulling the trailing average of net new listings up to 241. Now, the condo sector saw a lot more inventory come to market this past year, so I'm not surprised that net new listings is actually south of where it was 3 months ago. In condo sales indicators, we see a market that's really heated up over the last 3 months. Pricing has climbed by almost $40 per square foot. Median days on market has been cut nearly in half, and sale price to list price ratio has broken the 100% threshold. Look, 2 trends are unfolding here. 1, single-family homes are just too expensive, so a lot of first-time buyers are opting for condos instead. And 2, the pandemic is wrapping up, so buyers feel comfortable returning to condo buildings. Next week's video is all about the condo market and why, even as competitive as the sector is right now, it's still a great time to invest in a condo. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. In residential multifamily listing activity, and remember we're talking about 2 to 4 unit buildings here, we're exactly where we were 3 months ago in net new listings, 59. Keep in mind that the multifamily market isn't cyclical like the single family and condo markets, so we shouldn't expect an increase in activity just because we're entering the summer months. Looking at residential multifamily sales indicators, pricing is up, days on market is half what it was 3 months ago, but at least sale price to list price ratio is more or less flat at just over 100%. What can I say? Los Angeles is a tough market. When median days on market for small multifamily approaches 2 weeks, yeah, that is a tough market. Finally, our new addition to the market update, LA County Vacancies as reported on Apartments.com. As house hackers and investors, we want to see this number go down, and the 4-week trailing average is still headed south despite a slight uptick in this week's vacancy number. Spring and summer are the main leasing seasons, so I expect this number to rise modestly in the next few months as developers bring new inventory to market. Next week, I'm digging into historical data to show you why a condo might be your best LA home purchase right now, and I'll share 2 condo hacks that will allow you to supercharge your equity growth. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. See you next week.